Ladies and gentlemen, MrSotko here. Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about why Bitcoin prices fall every single January. Before that, I want to talk about why they fall at the end of December. And also I want to talk about that I made a few videos a little while back talking about various reasons why cryptocurrency prices were falling in general. And some of those included the South Korean exchanges that were dropped by CoinMarketCap, and there was a little bit of FUD in South Korea on government regulation and perhaps even banning of cryptocurrency, but I don't really think that's going to happen in South Korea. But it did create a level of FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt for anybody that doesn't know what that means, and with that comes a lowering prices. So if you want to check out that older video, I'll put that link in the description below so you can check out all the reasons that I sort of compiled together that were causing the price of Bitcoin and crypto in general to fall. But I want to talk about December, and if we take a look at the price of Bitcoin here, you can see that it rose to about 19.8, 19.9, and then dipped just about Christmas. So Christmas is pretty obvious because everybody's selling their cryptocurrency, turning it into fiat, and then buying gifts for friends and family. So that one really makes sense and is sort of a no-brainer kind of situation. But I want to talk about December and January and how they correlate with each other. And then at the end, I want to talk about some strategies that would actually make you quite a bit of money if you were able to pull it off correctly. So in January, there is a huge dip every single January. As you can see, 2015, January, early 2016, January as well, 2017, the dip mid-January, and 2018, the dip in January. So what is that dip? And that is the Chinese New Year, or maybe better known as the Lunar New Year, which is heavily celebrated in Asia. So it includes countries such as mainland China, Taiwan, Hong Kong, Macau, Singapore, Indonesia, Malaysia, Korea, Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia, oddly enough, Mauritius, Australia, and the Philippines. I would imagine Laos is in that as well. Quick fact about Mauritius: it's an island east of Madagascar, and it was the sole and only location of the dodo bird. So there you go for a free bonus fact. But either way, the Chinese New Year is huge, huge, huge. Could be equally, if not bigger, than Christmas, considering the population of Asia in general, and all of these countries that I have listed all combined is much larger than Europe and America, probably combined easily. So with that, it's just like Christmas. Even though I was a geographer, I don't honestly know that much about the Lunar New Year, but it does go in many days. They give thanks to elders and ancestors and such, and of course there's a lot of gift buying and buying various things to celebrate for that New Year. So a lot of currency is always sold off so they can get their funds and in their fiat or whatever they particularly use in whatever particular country they are celebrating it in, just like Americans, just like Europeans or wherever else celebrates Christmas, and they're just selling things off so that they can get some extra cash for the holidays. So how can you make money on this yearly trend that always seems to be just about the same? Now, of course, these days are not going to be exactly the same. So next year, it's not going to start dipping on the 18th like it did here, or maybe 19th if you want to consider that. And of course, if you can look at these charts, 2018, it appeared to be the lowest on the 17th-ish, and here it appeared to be the lowest on the 12th, and so on. So what you can do is essentially just once next December comes along, there should be a high point in December, and you won't know what that is. Nobody will know what that is. In this case, it happened to be $19,900, and then you can just sit there and wait and sell at a very comfortably high price. So if you happen to sell at only 19.2 or just 19 even, that's not too bad. Yeah, you missed out on that $800, but there's no way that you could have known that it was going to go up to 909 or whatever particular exact price that it got to. So selling it at 19,000 would have been great, would have been phenomenal, particularly at the price that it is now, and it dipped all the way down to something around $9,000. So you would have been able to pick it up quite a bit. So what I recommend is that next year, next Christmas it comes along, I know it's a long way away, but sell at some point halfway through December. And then you'll have all your money, and then rebuy when you see it dip hard and everybody is freaking out next January, because this happens over and over and over again. These dips happen, and these corrections, if you will, happen over and over and over in Bitcoin, and every time it does, people are freaking out. So, which is kind of odd. It's almost like the presidential election, in my opinion. Like, it happens every 4 years, but every 4 years they think the new president or the new person that they're voting for is going to change everything. That their whole lives are going to be changed, and then they realize that, oh, it's exactly the same, and it's just going to carry on just the same. So just take that into consideration. That the Bitcoin is just like the same thing. It's going to dip, and you're going to go, oh no. But if you just hold on to it for a few weeks, it's going to go right back up, and everything's going to be peachy keen, if you will. So that is my best advice in terms of the Lunar New Year and the always dipping January. And of course, again, you won't know exactly when to do it, but if you're close enough, and particularly if you sold at 19,000 in December, picking it back up anywhere in this region, for the most part, is pretty good. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and this explanation of why the price just always seems to dip greatly in January. And as usual, I will see you guys next time.